There we go. It's your boy Tipsy Japan back with another episode of ATAS across time and space. Thank you. Yes, I press go live everywhere. We've got the movements, we've got the action, we've got folks in the live section, and I've got Ace from CrossXCulture. I'm allowing him to introduce himself. We're all here. Go ahead, Ace. I'm gonna let you introduce yourself, even though you don't.
Everyone's here. Everyone's here. It's your boy Ace of CrossXCulture, CXC. Put it up if you know, you know. Back at it again. What episode? Where we at? Where we at? Episode 9.
Bang bang.
Yeah.
99,000. He's over 99,000. Yes. Yeah. Yo, yeah, okay, I like that. I don't think I can do that. My scouter is broken, obviously. It exploded. You know, after we hit 90, it exploded. Yeah, man. It feels good to be back. Gosh, how's it been over there on CrossXCulture?
We've been trucking along, doing a little controller customization. If you want to see me fail my first ever challenge, you go over there, hit me up, throw a comment down, tell me how bad I did. I'd appreciate it. Tell me if there's things to fix. I mean, for real. I would love to hear that. What about over here at TPC? What we doing?
That's true. That's true. Oh, well. I mean, you all see the title of today. And maybe you're wondering why it's called Genesis, right? Let me ask etymology about the etymology of this word Genesis, because I know on CrossXCulture you guys like to go deep on that. What all does Genesis mean, and what does Genesis mean to you?
The meaning of the word Genesis is literally in the beginning. So, or the beginning. Mm-hmm. So I mean, it's used as a
Genesis,
a word to describe new beginnings, a word to describe beginnings in general, or just the start of a new chapter.
Well, that's spot on. That's spot on. That's what we're aiming for with today's episode. We got a lot of folks over there on IG. I'll say good morning to the struggle, as well as DA33. Thank you for joining us today. We're talking about Genesis, folks, and new beginnings, the beginning of a new chapter. We're at episode 99, though, of ATAS. So I want to, just take a step back at these 3 years, right?
3 years.
3 years. 3 years. Yeah. It's the third season, right?
That's crazy.
Season using this format. We've had technical issues with, internet and everything before, just trying to get out there, get voices out there, get the sound right, get the camera right, get the lighting right.
Yeah, man.
The lags, the snags, all of that. But we finally here, and we're at the cusp of 99 episodes. Now, between episode 98 and 99, however, a month has passed, and so much has happened within that month, particularly in the TPC Japan home. It's been a genesis. It's the beginning of a new life. My son was born.
Okay, all right. Congrats on that.
I've experienced. Thank you. I mean, experiencing fatherhood for the first time, and what all that means. It's a whole series of questions that I'm sure I'll be asked over there on CrossXCulture. But I want to ask, over here on the CXC side, what it was like in that first couple of days, right? In Japan, we call it Shinseiji. It's a newborn, okay? And newborn, that period is only for 1 month. So, my son was born August 4th, 6:49. A new father was born on August 4th at 6:49 a.m. And so what was it like when a new father was born for you? And you're, I guess, the father of a newborn for only 1 month. After that, you're the father of an infant, father of a toddler, and all these other names that they have for children. But yeah, as the father of a newborn, what was that like?
Yikes. It was different. And one of the biggest reasons why it's different is, and I have to equate this to your Christian walk, because once you say, oh, I want to be a Christian, or I realize I can't do this by myself, I need help, your mindset changes, your focus changes. And it's the same thing for any person who has a child. It should be, in my opinion, it should be, because your focus might have been on your significant other, but now your focus is now on the child, which can cause a lot of different good and bad feelings between the significant others, because there's a new need. Usually fathers say, well, I'm not getting any more attention. Mothers saying, I'm not getting any help. So it's something different, because even the help that you as a man may be giving is like, okay, let me make sure that the dishes are washed and the house is clean, but there's a new life also. Because if you're not helping out with that new life, it's like, what did I go through all of this for if you're not going to help? So it was strange. It was a little weird. And I was just talking about this a little bit tonight. Oddly enough, I was the one who stayed home at the end of that, the 40-day period. Right? In America, it's a 40-day period. And
40 days.
40 days of healing, basically. So you can get your clean bill of health at the end of the 40 days to go back to work or, what have you.
I didn't know that. Yeah. I thought they just send you guys back to work like right after.
No. They're not that heartless. There's some people that do go back illegally. I mean, you're supposed to have that clean bill of health to make sure that nothing's gonna fall out of you or anything crazy like that. So it's basically
allowed
40 days. I mean, that's when you get that checkup. But I mean, if you're in a situation where you feel that you can't take time off of work,
no lie,
you might just go back, and that's a whole separate issue. But I was the one that was staying home with my daughter. So I was making sure that meals were cooked, the house was staying at least semi-clean, and that she was taken care of. I had to send my wife off and make sure that she was good too. Packing up lunches, making dinners, making sure that breakfast was made when she's up 6 o'clock in the morning, feeding the child.
Right, that's what you really have to do. Okay. So it's a strange time. Yeah, it's definitely a strange time. If you got 40 days of you're not doing your normal, work, like, as a guy, like, you think, all right, you wake up in the morning, you go to work, do what you're supposed to do, like your craft. You're not doing that. But you're doing like housework, and then you're also taking care of a new life, and then you're also, it's like, where's my attention? Where's the attention here? Where's the attention there? And I don't recall specifically in the Bible a whole lot of clear direction as to what to do with that first 40 days. I mean, you go to the temple, get that boy blessed or something, but yeah, it's a scramble. it is a scramble.
Yeah, it is.
And now let me ask, in the States, you got 40 days or 30 days. Well, let's take a step back. In Japan, you got 30 days after the child is born before their first examination. All right. So basically, you got the first month this first month at home where you're looking at the baby and saying, is that okay? Is this okay? You know, is he eating enough? Is he drinking enough? Is he sleeping enough? Is he pooping enough? You can read his mind. He's looking this way. He's looking that way. Has he looked this way more often than he looked that way? Is his head going to end up flat? You know, sleeping face up, sleeping face down. You got a million questions, and there's no doctor. The doctor doesn't see the baby during that first month. It's at the end of the first month where you just say, all right, now tell me if I didn't screw up this kid. You know?
Yeah.
Were there any did you get a sense of panic in the first month? And if you did, how did you say, oh, okay, well, hold on, this is fine. I have no reason to panic here.
For me, it wasn't a thing of panic in that first month. It was, and I think it's because of where my mindset was. And we also did have my mother-in-law staying with us for, I think she stayed about a week with us. So that was helpful. But I was kind of, because of who I am, I took the logical approach. Okay, this needs to happen then. Feedings need to happen every 2 hours. Change the diaper, go back to sleep. Feeding, change the diaper, go back to sleep. So I was just like in this mode. The only thing is that I didn't get a whole lot of sleep. So sometimes in the middle of the night, I would be like a little cranky, stuff like that. But if you can get past that first month, or sometimes even the first 2, it will get a whole lot better, because there's gonna be, you're studying, and that's to me, that's what it is. You're studying this new life, because when you are married, you should be studying your significant other, like, period. You should, they like this, they don't like that, we can do this, we can do that, or we can't do this, we can't do that. But now you have a new life. So you already know if the baby is crying, it's one of 2 things: wet diaper, hungry. For the first month, that's usually it. Wet diaper, hungry. There's not a whole lot of, because of how we are, we can't really be in pain, usually. Not usually. But you got those 2 things that need to happen first month. And then things start getting a little more complex. Months go on, you start seeing that preferences are developing, whether it be they're looking this way more than this way, they're using this hand more than this hand. Those things start to develop. But the idea of studying your child should always be at the forefront. Because if you're studying, if you're focusing and saying, okay, he didn't do this yesterday, is this the first time that he did this? Okay, then you'll be on top of it.
Okay. Rock out to that music as we reflect on your first time with kids? First time parents. It's like a first time homeowner's loan. There's a lot to learn. But yeah, go ahead and hit us up in the comments section as you guys chime in on your experiences with parenthood. I know most of the folks in not all of my friends, I'm going to say a bunch of my friends have already had kids because life is. Come on, connection. Just saying about this connection here. All right. See, every time as we look forward to the meat of episode 99, there's got to be something. And this time it seems like technical issues are steal my cake and eat it too.
It is what it is.
All right. I think we're doing better here. Right. It is what it is. It is what it is. So recently I was thinking about a brand new book called Life is an Investment. Okay, and it's a Japanese book. I went through the prologue yesterday, chapter 1. Starting to jump into chapter 2. But the whole point of the book, it says life is an investment. What does that mean? Is that we're constantly investing, right? We're all investors. Every single person is an investor. What is that supposed to mean? All right. So we got human investment or personal investment, where you're investing your own time or your own work or your own sweat, your own tears, all that. And you get some back for it. And then you get back, if it's outside the home, then maybe it's wages in order to buy food so that you can continue to live and continue to work, right? And it's inside the home. Yeah, you're investing your time into something or someone of value, and with the hopes that it's going to reap some benefit. If not immediately, then in that person's future, or, the more that you put into someone's life is the more that they're either going to get out of it or someone's going to get out of it. But yes, you're investing in other people and then investing yourself is the one side of it. And the other side is financial investments, which tend to be a little bit different. You got, stocks and bonds and mutual funds and all these good things, right? We use financial instruments to accomplish some of the same things, right? And it also mentions like this composite investment, which is both time and this financial element to it too, right?
Okay.
And yeah, I wanted to kind of explore a bit what that means to, investing time, because I know that's what you guys like to do over there on CrossXCulture. When you look at the time invested into not just one person, but now you're like, okay, child 1, child, player 2, player 3, player 4. I don't know what's going on down there in Mexico. Where you guys are. But you are investing time and more and more. All right. My question is, like, do you really schedule it all out? This is how much time I'm going to, be devoting here, or is it just is it a hurricane? And the amount of time it takes for that hurricane to come through is the amount of time that it's going to take. How do you organize it?
Well, it's hard to say, because I can't say that I'm 100% even now on top of it 100%, because sometimes things will, like you said, it's like a hurricane, things are jumbling up and switching out, and so it's not advantageous to be so wooden towards I'm gonna make sure I block out this time to spend with this child at this point. And if not, then I'm going to have to skip it. The things that you can do is be intentional about what moments you do have. So even if they're not scheduled out, making sure that you have a bedtime routine. Making sure that you're not just reprimanding, which with my eldest, I'm struggling with right now. But taking the time to see the teachable moments and taking the time to have fun, like just fun, is very important. That's how I see it to me.
Okay, so right, teachable moments. This came up recently. That's definitely a good one. When we think about like how hard it is to let go of the reins and let the other person learn how to do the thing, you know, gracefully learning and gracefully teaching and also learning how to be patient. It's all important, right? It's all
definitely.
Like, it's like rocket science. It's like up to this point, yeah, you know, I could wash the dish, but now the dishes need to be washed this way in order to accommodate for a larger crowd. All right, or the not the dishes, but clothes. All right, up to now it's just two people's worth, so it doesn't matter if the hanger's facing this way or facing that way, right? But now it's just so much. Everything is augmented, right? It's a learning. There's a sharp learning curve.
Just the small things that you don't think about being different, which is the issue. Because it's, I mean, if you think about dishes, like you're washing bottles now, and bottles have to be washed a certain way. And you have to make sure that they're washed, dried, and sanitized, because you don't want this new life that doesn't have any antibodies yet, like hardly any, to get sick, because that is at that point life-threatening. The little things that you don't think about.
I'm telling you, yeah, that whole sanitizing piece. Bro, what is going on? What are we talking about here? Right? Yeah. Like, I just watched it. It says 99.9% of bacteria are dead, right? Why does it need to go and then to this full steam process, right? Or dipped in a solution to get that 0.0001% that were still alive? Those are the ones. I see. I said, my goodness. In the evening, in the morning, with the third day. Wow. Okay, so here is the big question, right?
Oh, no.
And it's the final question of the day, but I want to devote enough time to flesh this out. Is this the most important event, or this action and everything that follows it? Is parenting the most important thing you will ever do?
Yes and no.
A lot of people said that. Okay, go ahead.
Because I don't want to take anything from those who can't have children. I don't want to take years. No, but there's people that can't have children, and I don't want to take anything from them, because I've known a lot of great people that cannot have children who have been great mentors. It is in our DNA to want to pass on our DNA. that is great.
Yes.
But for those that can't, they still want to pass on their legacy. And passing on your legacy through mentorship is very important, whether it be your own children or if it's somebody else, you know, taking them out, taking the time and say, hey, I'm going to teach you how to do this because this is all I know. You know, I'm a mechanic. I can teach you how to change a flat tire. Or I'm a teacher. I can teach you how to convey your thoughts in a way that others will understand them. Just because you don't have children doesn't mean that you're any less important. But if you choose to not pass on your legacy, then you die. I mean, we have to think about it in the terms of Elijah and Elisha. Elijah was a great leader for Israel, and he mentored Elisha. Now, flaming chariot takes Elijah away, and Elisha, great leader in Israel, but he did not raise up anybody to lead after him. These are the things that we have to think about. If we're intentional in those teachable moments, and you might not think that it's such a great teachable moment. Hey, make sure that you brush your teeth in small circles. Hey, when you're holding a knife, make sure that you have a cat's paw on one side and you pinch the knife on this side. Little things like that, you will be the voice in their heads when they come into contact with those situations. Oh, I got to remember to chop like this so that my fingers don't, you know, get hurt. Oh, I have to make sure that I, in small circles, to make sure that everything gets out. Oh, growing up, I was taught this mantra, so I need to make sure that I continue it because I am strong, important, loved by my friends, family, and God. Little things like that. By taking those intentional moments every day, time, you will be the voice in somebody's head. But if you're not intentional in those moments, you may be the voice in somebody's head that teaches them the wrong thing. Or you may be the example that teaches them the wrong thing. So that's why we have to think about those that are following after us. Maybe they're not younger than us. They could be older than us. But if we're intentional in the interactions that we have, to be better for everybody.
So what you're saying then is, you know, passing on of solid advice, guidance, direction, knowledge. Knowledge? Can you pass on knowledge?
Pass on wisdom.
Cultivating knowledge. Passing on wisdom. This in and of itself, and nourishing the mind, body, and spirit of others. This, then, is that the most important thing that you can do?
To me, yes, because a person without a legacy is dead. And if we are leaving our legacy to those that are left behind, then we are ensuring not only the physical next generation, but hopefully the wisdom from my mistakes will help to make the world a better place through the people that I'm passing it on to. That's how I see it.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'd have to agree. You know, like you can do amazing things, but if you don't pass on those amazing benefits to other people in the form of a legacy, like, you know, I don't know anything about Steve Jobs' kids, but that iPhone is something else. Changed a whole lot of lives, you know?
Yeah.
If you don't pass on something helpful to other people, then what are you but like a passing wind? You can make all the stink in the world. But
I mean, there's something
come and go there. like the flowers of the field or something, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Too true.
It's just for me. Yeah, I know there's a verse under there. I know it's verse under there. I got bars today. But yeah, there's this idea or reality, right? That we're just, flowers here today and tomorrow tossed in the fire for kindling,
Mm-hmm.
So what can you do in this life? Well, pass on the benefits and your experience and wisdom and love to the next generation. Pass on those benefits to the same generation. It doesn't have to be, younger people. It could be older people, as you said. But if you haven't figured out, what you can contribute and what needs to be passed on, and what you need to weed out of your own, then get yourself a pen, a pad, and write it down. It's your boy TPC Japan telling you that's what it was. That's what it was.
Dang. You know what I say? Stay prayed up. Be blessed. You already know. Pray for us. We pray for you. But stay prayed up and be blessed.
Yep, and be blessed. It's technical issues, man. You know what I say? Okay, there we go. Yo, he's evolving. He's evolving.